Are you working on a statement to a reporter about one of your client's cases? You better have a soundbite in there. In this video, I'll tell you why soundbites are so important and how you can go about effectively crafting them. Hi everyone, my name is Wayne Pollock. I am an attorney who helps other attorneys and their clients ethically, strategically, and proactively engage the court of public opinion. I wanted to talk in this video about soundbites. We all know what soundbites are. Soundbites are those excerpts from interviews that are published by reporters that do a nice job of colorfully and efficiently encapsulating what the speaker thinks or feels about a particular issue. Soundbites are particularly effective for attorneys because they can be used to, again, colorfully sum up what could be a complex legal issue or factual issue in a way that is easily digestible by the journalist, who will hopefully then publish it in their piece for the public. So it's easily digestible by both journalists and the public, and can be used to frame an issue for the court of public opinion in a way that the attorney and the client hopes will gain support in the court of public opinion for the client's position. A nice side benefit of soundbites is that when you as an attorney become known as someone who gives soundbites, you will be approached by more reporters on a frequent basis to give soundbites or give quotes about topics that might not necessarily be in your wheelhouse, but because reporters know you're good for a great quote, they'll come to you in the hopes of getting one. So we know what soundbites are. How do we go about effectively crafting them? In about 5 minutes, you could probably get all you need to know off of the internet in terms of how to craft an effective soundbite. But in my perspective, when it comes to soundbites for attorneys, the most effective soundbites have these three things going for them. First, they're short. Second, they're vivid. And third, they're unequivocal. So first, in terms of length, soundbites have to be short. You're looking at one sentence, maybe two sentences if you can make them punchy and complementary and kind of combine them together. But generally speaking, you're looking at 20, 30 words. Not a lot of words. So they have to be short. Second, they need to be vivid, using some kind of linguistic tool like a simile, a metaphor, an analogy, alliteration, or maybe just using colorful language. You want to have these words leap off of the page and stand in contrast to what might otherwise be rote descriptions of the facts or how your client feels. You want these images, you want this language to create imagery and be memorable and impactful on the reader's mind. And finally, you need to be unequivocal. You can't be wishy-washy. The best sound bites take a firm stand. So for example, you don't want to say things like, if these allegations are true, XYZ. Instead, you might want to consider saying something like, these allegations paint a picture of XYZ. Again, being more assertive and being unequivocal. One thing you're not going to find on the internet pretty easily about soundbites is the issue of defamation. Now, I can't speak for the jurisdiction that you're in currently, but generally speaking, across the country, courts rule that rhetorical hyperbole, that's a term of art, rhetorical hyperbole is not actionable under defamation law. And the idea being that when speakers say things that are so over the top and so ridiculous that no reasonable person would think that the speaker is trying to assert facts regarding a particular person who is the subject of that speech, there's no reason to call into question defamation because we're not talking about facts here. So if anything, the more over the top you are with your sound bites when it comes to describing the alleged wrongdoing of someone or the alleged actions of someone, the more over the top you are, the safer ground you might be on when it comes to defamation law. Again, you're going to want to check your cases in the jurisdiction where you're at on rhetorical hyperbole, but again, generally speaking, defamation law is not going to have an issue with over-the-top sound bites if they are so over the top that there can't be a reasonable understanding that those sound bites are talking about facts regarding someone. The next time you're working on a media statement regarding a client's case, think about how you can use a soundbite to colorfully and effectively engage the court of public opinion and convey your client's story and your client's view of the world in a way that hopefully is easily digested by the court of public opinion and is able to help you and your client garner support for your client's cause.